I'm Manuel Quezon, the President of the Republic of the Philippines. Um, 2 years later, my solid commitment to directly and decisively address our nation's collective challenges remains. It has not wavered. In truth, it has even gotten stronger. Through adversity and the desire to give the people the most we can within my term in this government. Let me begin by putting it bluntly. The war against illegal drugs is far from over. Where before, the war resulted in the seizure of illegal drugs worth millions of pesos. Today, they run into billions in peso value. I can only shudder at the harm that those drugs could have caused had they reached the streets of every province, city, municipality, barangay, and community throughout the country. This is why the illegal drugs war will not be sidelined. Instead, it will be as relentless and chilling. If you will, as on the day it began, these drug dealers know fully well that their business is against the law. They know the consequences their criminal acts, especially when caught in flagrante delicto and they violently resist arrest. They know that illegal drugs waste away lives, dysfunctionalize families, and ruin relationships. They know that once hooked addicts will die slowly, slow deaths, and yet they persist in doing what they do, obliviously to the terrible harm that they cause to the people and communities. And when illegal drug operations turn nasty and bloody, advocates of human rights slash at and policy, our laws enforcers, and this administration to no end. Sadly, I have yet to hear really howls of protest from the human rights advocates and church leaders against drug lordism, drug dealing, and drug pushing as forceful and vociferous as the ones directed against the alleged errant. For enforcers in the fight against this social scourge. If you think that I can be dissuaded from continuing this fight because of your demonstrations, your protests, which I find, by the way, misdirected, then you got it all wrong. Your concern is human rights. Mine is human lives. The lives of our youth are being wasted and families are destroyed. And all because of, of the chemicals called shabu, cocaine, cannabis, and heroin. Human rights to me means giving Filipinos, especially those at the society's fringes, a decent and dignified future through the social and physical infrastructures necessary to better their lives. The lives and freedom and the hard-earned property of every Filipino whose condition we wish to improve should be protected from criminals, terrorists, corruption of officials, and traffickers, contrabands. You worry about the present. I am concerned about the present and the future. I worry about the future because I know about future because what crimes can do to the youth of this country. If not stopped, crimes can make human cesspools of succeeding generations. I will not allow it to happen. not during to my term. Time and again, I have stressed that corruption must stop. Corruption is like a leech that it bleeds the government of funds program for its infrastructures and other social development projects. It saps the morale of dedicated and honest government workers. Corruption destroys those who succumb to its temptation, and eventually it is the innocent who will suffer and bear its horrible consequences. The love of money is corrosive, and sadly, the desire to make the easy kind by being imaginative and manipulated corrupts absolutely. Stolen wealth does not make the thief respectable. Neither will the trapping of wealth mask nor cup the stink that thievery exudes. One day, justice will catch up with those who steal government funds. And when that day comes, it will be the public who will have its retribution. While we run after those who steal the people's money, we are also enhancing the government's delivery of frontline services. I thank Congress for the swift passage of the Ease of Doing Business Act, which is a significant fight against corruption and improving service delivery. We need to sustain our momentum, and I hereby direct all local governments units and government agencies to faithfully implement this law and simply simplify the process. I particularly call the attention of the agencies with the most number of red tape reports from the public. Make your services truly customers friendly. Our people deserve efficient, effective, and responsive government services. They deserve nothing less. Make your living from the pockets of the people and you have a lousy and corrupt bureaucracy. I have friends and political supporters whom I've appointed to public office and then dismissed or caused to resign. I need not mention their names or recount the circumstances surrounding their removal and resignation. Thank you.